All right. Welcome back to Empowerment Evolution.
Yeah,
Today, we're diving deep into something near and dear to all of our hearts,
absolutely.
especially as reservists.
Right.
DEFIT, the Double Eagle Fitness Challenge. Now,
Mhm.
you might be thinking, ugh, not another DEFIT lecture.
Yeah.
But hold on, because we're not just going over the basics.
Right.
We're going on a journey
Okay.
through DEFIT's past, present,
Uh-huh.
and maybe even a little glimpse into its future.
That's right. We're going to uncover some surprising facts and explore how DEFIT's evolution reflects the Army Reserve's own changing approach to readiness.
Okay,
All right.
so let's start with the here and now. We've got the 2025 Double Eagle Fitness Challenge memo, hot off the presses.
Right.
It outlines everything you need to know for this year's challenge.
Yeah.
January 13th.
Mark it down.
Mark your calendars, folks,
Uh-huh.
because that's when the fun begins.
All right.
We'll see who comes out on top.
Mm-hmm. No, you might be rolling your eyes thinking, yeah, another year, another diff.
Right.
But here's something interesting.
Okay.
DEFIT hasn't always been a 10-week challenge.
Wait, really? Tell me more.
Looking back at some historical analyses of DEFIT, it actually started as a 12-week program back in 2020.
Oh, wow.
It was the brainchild of Command Sprite Mage Andrew Lombardo, who saw a need to address declining fitness levels, especially with the pandemic throwing everyone for a loop.
So DEFIT was a direct response to the COVID chaos.
Right.
That's a pretty interesting origin story.
It is.
Makes you wonder if it would have even existed without the pandemic.
It's certainly possible.
Yeah.
But let's get back to this 10-week versus 12-week thing. It seems the Army Reserve has been tinkering with DEFIT,
Yeah.
perhaps based on feedback
Right.
and how it fits into the bigger picture of training and readiness.
Makes sense. So
Yeah.
what does this new and improved 10-week DEFIT entail?
Well, the memo breaks it down into familiar categories:
Nice.
cardio,
Right.
strength training, HIIT, and TMARM, which
Okay.
are, for anyone who needs a refresher, stands for tactical mobility, active recovery, and mindfulness.
And we'll unpack those a bit, especially for those who might be new to DEFIT.
Sure. For cardio, you've got your usual suspects: running, walking, rucking, biking, swimming.
Right.
But this year's memo emphasizes flexibility,
Yeah.
allowing you to mix and match those activities.
Okay.
So if you want to combine rowing and running for some strange reason, go right ahead.
Maybe they're trying to create the ultimate amphibious soldier.
Right.
Row your way to shore, then sprint into action.
Exactly.
All right.
And don't forget the elliptical.
All right.
The memo surprisingly categorizes that under rowing.
Oh, interesting.
Strength training is pretty straightforward.
Okay.
Hit the weights.
Correct.
No body weight exercises allowed this time.
Oh, really?
Then there's HIIT.
It's designed to get your heart rate up and push your limits.
Yes.
And lastly, we have TMRM.
Right.
Your 60 minutes per week of dedicated recovery and mindfulness.
Mhm.
Stretching, yoga, meditation.
Yeah.
All those things we know we should be doing.
Right.
But sometimes, let's be
Yeah.
honest,
Yeah.
neglect.
Especially when we're trying to cram in all the other DEFIT requirements.
Right.
But I have to ask, all this emphasis on physical activity, is DEFIT really hitting the mark when it comes to the Army's big push for holistic health and fitness?
Right.
That whole H2F concept?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And it leads us to some of the criticisms.
Okay.
While it's fantastic for boosting physical fitness,
Mm-hmm.
some argue that it falls short of embracing the full spectrum of holistic readiness.
Okay.
Remember those 5 domains of H2F?
Yeah.
Physical, mental, nutritional,
Right.
sleep, and spiritual.
Well, DEFIT,
Yeah.
at least in its current form,
Go.
seems to focus heavily on the physical
Ah.
while leaving the others somewhat on the sidelines.
So we're getting ripped,
Right.
but maybe not as well-rounded as we could be.
Possibly.
I see the point.
Yeah.
But how do we bridge that gap? Is there a way to take DEFIT, turn it into this holistic powerhouse?
Actually, that's exactly where SFC Rice's analysis comes in.
Okay.
He offers a really interesting perspective
Hmm.
on how DEFIT could evolve into something much. He calls it the Total Tactical Program, or TTP.
Got it.
And it's all about weaving those 5 H2F domains into the very fabric of DEFIT.
Okay. Color me intrigued. Let's
Yeah.
dive into that. Yeah, I'm really curious to hear how this TTP actually works. It sounds pretty ambitious, trying to integrate all 5 of those H2F domains.
All right.
Physical, mental, nutritional, sleep,
Right.
and spiritual
Right.
into a fitness challenge.
Well, the beauty of Rice's proposal is that it's not about starting from scratch.
Yep.
It's about taking what DEFIT already does well,
Uh-huh.
encouraging physical activity and teamwork,
Right.
and building upon that foundation.
So it's like DEFIT becomes the launch pad
Exactly.
for a more comprehensive approach to well-being.
Exactly.
Right. I like that.
And Rice provides a practical roadmap for units to actually implement this TTP.
Okay.
He suggests starting with a thorough assessment.
Right.
What are the specific needs and challenges within your unit?
Okay.
What are your goals?
Uh-huh.
Once you have a clear picture of where you're starting from,
Right.
you can tailor the TTP to fit your unique circumstances.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be very effective to just throw a one-size-fits-all program at every unit
Exactly.
and expect amazing results.
Right. And here's where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
Rice envisions DFIT becoming fully integrated into all aspects of unit training,
Okay.
not just those dedicated PT sessions.
Right.
Imagine incorporating mindfulness techniques into marksmanship training,
Oh.
or emphasizing proper nutrition during field exercises.
Okay.
Suddenly, H2F isn't just something we check off a list.
Yeah.
It's woven into the fabric of everything we do.
That's a really cool concept.
It is.
So it's not just about working out harder. It's about being more mindful and intentional in everything we do as soldiers. Okay.
Those holistic health and fitness integrators come in.
Okay.
They're the experts who can help units personalize the TTP,
Right.
working with individual soldiers to create plans that meet their unique needs.
Yeah.
It's about recognizing that we're all starting from different places
Uh-huh.
and have different goals.
Right.
A cookie-cutter approach just isn't going to cut it.
That seems like a huge shift from the way DFIT is currently structured.
It would be a significant change.
Yeah.
But Rice believes it's essential for DFIT to reach its full potential.
Yeah.
And it's not just about changing the program itself, it's also about changing the narrative surrounding DFIT.
What do you mean by changing the narrative?
It's about shifting the focus from just meeting minimum requirements to creating a culture that truly values holistic readiness. And that's where those seasoned leaders, those E9s, have a crucial role to play.
So it's about leadership, setting the tone.
Yes.
And showing that they're bought into this whole H2F thing.
Absolutely. Rice challenges those E9s to be champions of this new narrative, to lead by example, and to inspire their soldiers to embrace holistic readiness. He specifically calls on them to highlight all achievements, not just those at the top of the leaderboard. Imagine a DFIT where every soldier who puts in the effort, who strives for personal improvement, is recognized and celebrated.
That would be a game changer.
Right.
It would send a powerful message. You matter.
Yeah.
Your effort matters.
Exactly.
Your well-being matters. It's not just about winning. It's about becoming the best version of yourself.
Exactly. And it's not just about empty words.
Right.
Rice also challenges those E9s to be transparent with the data, to regularly update their units on their progress, and to use that data to make improvements and ensure that the TTP is actually meeting the needs of the soldiers.
So it's about accountability.
Yes.
Both at the individual and the unit level.
Absolutely.
Making sure we're actually walking the walk.
Right.
Not just talking the talk.
Precisely.
Right.
And perhaps the most powerful way for those E9s to lead is by participating in DFIT themselves, showing their soldiers that they're fully committed to this journey alongside them.
I can see how that would make a huge difference. Leading by example always speaks louder than words.
It's about sending that message. We're all in this together. We're all striving to be our best selves, and we're going to support each other every step of the way.
That really gets to the heart of what this evolution is all about.
Right.
It's not just about checking boxes or hitting metrics. It's about creating a culture of shared commitment to well-being. A culture where every soldier feels valued and empowered to prioritize their holistic health.
And that vision extends far beyond those 10 weeks of the challenge.
Right.
It has the potential to transform how we approach readiness in the Army Reserve.
Okay, you've definitely got my attention.
Good.
That puts a spotlight on the well-being of every soldier.
It's a big idea.
It is.
And I have to admit, I'm pretty excited by the possibilities.
Me too.
Yeah.
But I'm also thinking,
okay,
how do we actually get there?
Right.
How do we turn this vision into reality?
Remember SFC Rice's analysis.
Yeah.
He doesn't just lay out this grand vision. He actually gives us concrete steps.
Okay.
Practical advice on how to make this transformation happen.
Right. He called for DEFIT 7 to be a turning point.
Yeah.
So what does that actually look like?
It starts with those actionable recommendations he lays out.
Okay.
We've got these fantastic resources like H2S. They're not just there to lead sessions.
Yeah.
They're equipped to help units personalize this holistic approach.
And let's not forget those E9s.
Right.
Rice really emphasizes their role in shaping the narrative around DEFIT.
Absolutely. He's challenging them to be the champions of this new mindset, to lead by example and demonstrate that holistic readiness isn't just a buzzword, it's a commitment.
He also talks about this both-hand approach,
Yeah.
which I found really interesting.
Yeah.
It's not about choosing between pushing for excellence
Right.
and creating a supportive environment.
Right.
It's about doing both at the same time.
Exactly.
Hmm.
It's about recognizing that when soldiers feel valued and supported,
Okay.
when they feel empowered to prioritize their well-being, that's when they truly thrive.
And that's when they're going to be the most effective, most resilient soldiers they can be.
Right.
It all connects, doesn't it?
It really does.
Yeah.
It's about creating a culture where we're all invested in each other's success.
Right.
We're all striving to be our best selves, not just for ourselves, but for the team, for the mission,
Right.
for the Army Reserve as a whole.
That's a powerful image.
It is?
So as we wrap up this DEFIT deep dive, I think we're left with a really important question
Okay.
for every single one of our listeners.
What role can each of us as individual reservists play in this evolution?
Right.
How can we contribute to this shift towards holistic readiness
Yeah.
within our units and beyond?
And that's where those communities of practice come in.
Yes.
Those MS teams and Discord groups
Right.
are a great way to connect with other reservists.
Absolutely.
Share your thoughts, your experiences, your ideas.
It's a conversation that needs all of our voices,
Yeah.
all of our perspectives,
Yeah.
because the future of DEFIT, the future of readiness in the Army Reserve,
Right.
it's something we're all building together.
That's a great note to end on.
It is.
Thanks for joining us on this DEFIT deep dive.
Absolutely.
I hope you walked away with some new insights. Maybe